Hi, welcome to Learn New channel. So, hope everyone is doing good. So, this session we are going to discuss about differences between the Tableau and Power BI. Not only Tableau, the difference between Power BI and the other reporting tools. So, I just taken an example with the Tableau. So, you can see here. So, if we can consider what are the differences we can uh, uh, make to compare in between Tableau and Power BI. So there are, as we discussed in the last session, there would be a lot of reporting tools available in the market. So one is Power BI, so which we are going to take and consider, and which we are learning about Power BI. Compared to Power BI, and why can't we choose Tableau or ClickSense or some other reporting tools? So first of all, we'll be talking about the data sources. So in the market, we'll be having a lot of data sources like cloud, on-premises, non-premises, and flat files, systems, Excel, shared drives. All the data sources are available. So using Power BI, we can connect different kind of data sources, but there are some limitations while connecting to some API keys and all. So that's where even though we can use the drivers, ODBC driver or OLEDB drivers, but few of them are not allowing. So Microsoft still working on that, and those drivers can be able to connect using Tableau compared to data sources. But you can connect any kind of any kind of data sources, and even web, connect to Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, whatever you want. You can connect through Power BI. You can create your dashboard out of them. And data visualization perspective, there are a lot many visuals available in the Microsoft Power BI and Tableau as well. So in Power BI, if you would like to use additional templates as additional visuals, you can go to the marketplace, which will be available free versions and paid versions of that visuals, and you can import and import those visuals into Power BI, and you can play it with actually. So we can talk about those. What are all those? Additional visuals where we can get it, and how between current available report visuals and previous report visuals, that we'll talk about later basically. So that is the data sources. And data capacity wise, so data capacity in the sense, so Tableau and Power BI both are having their own executable application that is called free version of the desktops, Tableau desktop and Power BI desktop. So apart from that, there is some certain level of storage, that's capacity, which they have to given to the companies and organizations. They can able to store their data, so the volume. So if Power BI, you can consider Power BI service which is in cloud, they'll giving generally, if you don't, there's certain licenses available, that's called capacity. So if there is a different level of capacities, P1, P2, P3 for the storage purpose, that we can talk about later recordings. So based on the level of that capacity, it will give some space. Suppose generally, if you don't have any capacity, or if our pro license, so in pro trial or pro license, you used to get 10 GB for workspace basically, if you can say. So that is the Power BI limit. So Tableau, with respect to the Tableau will also allow some basic capacity, but compared to Power BI, Tableau will be offering a less, and Power BI will give a pro trial of 60 days, and then it will give some additional space. If you would like to practice, that is enough for you. Basically, you are not going to build huge size of reports, or you don't have millions of records to store your data basically. So that's where, so whatever the pro trial, so that is enough for you. It will gives you to the 10 GB of the each workspace basically. So you can create multiple workspaces with the pro or pro trial, so like that. So there is no limit for the creating workspaces in Power BI service. So coming to this machine learning, so machine learning is basically talk about how the system will automatically play. Suppose taking an example, if you are doing something, so the commands, the operations will pick up automatically. Suppose taking an example, there are cities, so cities names is there. So if you type any mistake word, suppose if it is in Hyderabad, then hy instead of you can type he something like that. So even though you write it, it will automatically take and it will correct it basically. So it's backend machine learning will be like. So both the Tableau and Power BI both are running, both are support the machine learning, but it's not completely machine learning enabled. So it's a basic features enabled machine learning for the both the tools. Both the tools are working on to improve their service to the public basically. So still working, but machine learning ML is supported by Power BI and ML is supported by Tableau basically. So if we can go with performance. So performance wise, yeah, it's the same thing. So how much data you are going to keep into your reports and how much size of the files which you are based on the and also it's coming to the performance perspective, there are a lot many considerations we need to take care. Basically, not only the data, it will be based out of you how you are going to build a report. Basically, what is your source and how the network capacity, I mean it's a network capacity in the sense the system configurations, and then how the Power BI service can be capable, and how what are the kind of capacity which you hold, and how many measures, and all these can be considered. In the same way, Tableau perspective also it will be taken certain parameters. So performance wise, it's completely based out of the storage which you will be having in your organization, and how what are all the considerations which you are trying to take to build a report. Suppose you are using complex measures and complex calculations in the report, then that will take cost consumption of the performance. So this performance perspective also we can talk about later with respect to Power BI, because it's a huge concept. So if you'd like to investigate on the performance perspective, so that is one. So analytics and self-service. So Power BI is completely a self-service BI. So it's in user friendly. You can open it, you can see that user just he can drag and drop, and you can create a model and all. So Tableau is also kind of self-service, but somehow difficult compared to Power BI. So Microsoft all tools will be in self-service tools. So that's where Microsoft has in trend compared to other reporting tools. So coming to the pricing perspective, so pricing, Microsoft has given less price compared to the other competitors like Tableau and ClickSense. So in that case, Microsoft will give Power BI Pro trial of 60 days. Tableau will know. I mean, even Tableau doesn't give you Tableau desktop. Desktop also, I think Tableau doesn't give. Or you need to have a student ID card. Then only you will get 1 year trial version. And Power BI you can download Power BI desktop and you can use. But Power BI trial, so you need to have organizational email ID. So that otherwise, if you don't have organizational email ID, so that is called company email ID. So there is a process to authenticate it with Office 360, Microsoft Office 365, and you can enable it as an organizational, and you can log in. So that we can and I'll tell you how to create that enable of that organization. If you don't have organizational email account, that how to we convert it an organizational email account to log into the Power BI service. That's we can discuss later sessions. So this is actually, so pricing perspective. If you want to purchase Power BI Pro license, I'll talk about this licenses in the next coming session. So at least you should have to put for $9.99 per month basically, if you can say. That is Tableau is compared to Power BI. Tableau is huge because Tableau certain stability is already there, so which is will be there in before Power BI launching. So Power BI is still every month, every year, lot many updates and lot many features and lot many versions are releasing.